Okay, happy Friday, TGIF, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. I guess we got a few things to talk about in today's episode, so I'm going to give a couple minutes or so, or a couple seconds. Hopefully, the notification should be coming out shortly. And we're going to talk about the October 4th episodes of The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful. So I don't know. I got kind of irritated with Taylor today. Young and the Restless. I'm telling you, if you haven't checked out my hot early spoilers, I kind of gave y'all a prelude to what's going on every week with the Sharon situation. Hey Vicky, hey Aisha, hey Indigo Blue. Welcome in, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey Marion, Cheryl, Miss Welder. Hey Bobby Wright. Welcome in, you guys. Yeah, we got to talk about a few things, but I want to wait till we got about 16. Oop, hold on one second. In, you guys. Hold on one second. I thought my volume was turned down on my phone, but I guess not. Okay, there we go. I don't want feedback while I'm talking. Hey Myra. Hey Cynthia. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So welcome you guys to Soap Corner Talk, where we're going to do a recap of both The Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful for October 4th. Oh, we got 11 likes in the chat. Oh, yeah, y'all came in strong. Thank you for coming in, hitting that like button. I am ecstatic, you guys. That's what we're supposed to do. Hey, Belinda. Hey, Blackpink Me, Jacqueline, McCullough, Cynthia, Myra. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into Y&R. We had a lot going on today. It was all right. I mean, one thing I got to start out by saying is Adam. Adam is trying to play two in the middle. He was talking about, if you can tell with that picture in the top right corner, he was sitting up there talking about how, oh, Chelsea, I'm always thinking about you. Can we talk about this? Blah, 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 blah. And she was like, it's hard for me to talk about this. You know what my feelings are right now. And then he gets over there and have a conversation with Chelsea. And then he started talking about, well, Sally knows how I feel about you, which is why she won't take me back. And I'm like, Adam, what are you doing? Why are you playing two in the middle? In my opinion, Adam just, you know what, just go head on. Maybe Nate will break up with Audra. Audra's headed to the unemployment line, so maybe you can catch her and, I don't know. But anyway, that's just me. But yeah, exactly. Jacqueline, I was thinking the exact same thing. Bill did that a year and a half ago with Brooke and Katie. And now he's like, okay, so which one can I get? If I can't get with Sally, then maybe I can get Chelsea. Well, how about you not get neither one of them? I mean, honestly, I am not interested in the Chelsea-Adam pairing again. And honestly, I'm just over, Sally and Adam. I've been over that for over 2 years now. They lost me a long time ago. I know Indigo Blue. She said the writers think we're dumb. So you tell me none of those apartments have Ring cameras, but the lobby doesn't have a camera. Oh, you talking about the Sharon thing. Y'all are jumping ahead. Y'all got to stay with me. I'm trying to keep up with y'all comments, but y'all get all over the place. And I know we got a lot to talk about, but we'll get to that point. Yeah, but back to the whole Adam and Sharon. I mean, Adam and Sally and Adam and Chelsea thing. I'm like, really? And then Billy, he put the nail in the coffin. He told Chelsea, he said, you know what? Just so you know, I had a conversation with my kids. And yeah, I told them that we're no longer together. So I just want you to know, I'm putting you on notice. But then we hear Billy tell Sally when he ran into her over at Society, that I was just this close to thinking and talking to the woman that I love, and then Adam shows up. Yeah. So I'm just like, the four of them, y'all just move on. I mean, y'all done cheated on so many people up to this point. And everybody, and they're acting all sanctimonious, and then you got Adam playing two in the middle. Chelsea knows she got feelings for Adam, and every time Adam puts something on the table, Chelsea runs. And it's like, okay, can we do something different with the four of them, please? Exactly, Jenna. We are over this whole foursome. Exactly. Aisha said, I like that Sally turned him down. Phyllis had me laughing. Listen, let's go over to Society, because this now ties into the rest of this storyline. Phyllis had to break the news to Chance and Summer that Heather is gone. And, obviously she is in terrified mode because she got to maintain her family. She's worried about Daniel. She's worried about Lucy. And, I mean, she is struggling. We even had a whole conversation over at the GCAC, because Sharon is just running into everybody. She going to tank her own ship. Have you ever heard of the term loose lips sink ships? Well, she is definitely sinking ships right now, because she ran into Lucy and Daniel at the park, and she started being inquisitive. And I'm like, girl, if you don't want to get caught up, say your condolences. I'm sorry. I'll let you have your space and keep it moving. You asking, so how did it happen? Did they find out what happened? And they're like, wait, what? We don't want to talk about this right now. I'm like, really, Sharon? And then she goes over to the GCAC, runs into Phyllis, and she tried to have a whole conversation with Phyllis too. And of course, Phyllis is blaming, this is all your fault. This is all going to be on you. I'm going to tell everybody in town that this all started with you. And I'm like, Sharon, I think maybe you should walk away sometimes. You saw her at the bar. You could have said, hey, I'm sorry with everything what happened. I know, I'm just going to say my piece and I'll walk away. No, you asking questions and you really trying to lay it on thick with everybody. It's like, girl, you do know you looking suspect right now. I mean, even so much so, it triggered Lucy to say, wait a minute, do you think something else has happened? Now, at that moment, because Chance shows up and look like we got notification that obviously Chance is headed back to the GCAC, right? To the GCAC, to the GC Police Department. So it looked like he's going back to the police force. And I like Chance better over there. He was not, to me, good at being over at Chancellor. So for him to go back to the police department, I'm excited about that, right? But before we get to that part, because he started making phone calls after talking to Phyllis, it's like, Sharon, why are you asking questions, saying things? Even Cameron Kirsten in that third picture on the lower right side of the frame, Cameron is like, boy, you didn't say it a lot today. Now, granted, Cameron Kirsten is in her head, but part of her, her conscience is like, man, I did too much talking today. Yeah, you did. If you don't want to get caught, you need to stay clear of everybody. Being up in somebody's face to make it look like, oh, I'm so sorry, and how did it happen? It's like, girl, please. Yes, so we got to talk about that. So this obviously, if you guys haven't checked out my standalone hot early spoiler video I did this morning, where it looks like Sharon is going to be setting Daniel up for Heather's demise. Does she not think that her fingerprints is going to be on some of this stuff? Now, I do know that in next week's episode, whether that's Monday or Tuesday, and I'll try to see if I can get a chance to watch Monday's episode later. But she did have gloves on when she was planting the bloody clothes in the liquor cabinet. So, something is going to give her away. Belinda says, honestly, I feel Sharon wants to be found out because of how lumpy she acting. I mean, seriously. She going to give herself away. Her best bet is just to stay out the way and shut up. And just focus on getting her meds back on track, going to see her therapist, all of this type of thing, right? Cynthia says Sharon is irritating and her hairstyle alone look crazy. Yeah, they got her looking crazy. She's playing the part. Sharon Case is definitely playing the part. But yeah, this whole thing is a mess and a half. And if Sharon don't want to get caught, maybe, just maybe, you need to just lay low. That's what the term lay low means, is to get out of the limelight, lay low, don't put the attention on you, but you got to be up in everybody's face. And now this stuff then got so out of control that you now want to say, okay, the other part of the plan, because originally, you guys, we thought that Sharon was going to do something physically to Daniel. When what we're finding out is that, I guess, that might be a little bit too easy to put him, 6 feet under, so she want to put him in jail permanently. Yeah, Jenna, Cameron was trying to tell her that she was doing too much. And I wonder if Cameron want to have her take several seats. Maybe she need to put herself in timeout. Like, man, maybe I should go take several seats because I'm doing too much. The clues will come out. Did she get rid of that phone? That's the other thing. So hopefully, with her pulling out that bag, and we see in her plant evidence. Because, I mean, if she does this, now that it looks like the best way to take the light off of yourself for being the person that committed that crime is to set somebody else up for that same crime. So I got to give kudos to the writers for this twist, because everything else technically would have pointed back to her. But they would have never thought, except Heather knew this, but they would have never thought that that Sharon would have been in that house. So they're going to be wondering how all that stuff get in there. They will have no clue how that got there, unless, like somebody said, and I think that was Indigo Blue earlier, bringing her comment back full circle about cameras. I mean, somewhere along the line, there's got to be some cameras in that building. I mean, when you have high rises where you got multiple units, multiple condos, multiple apartments, you're going to have cameras somewhere in that building, because that means that there's high traffic going through there, not just from the owners or the tenants, but from guests of those owners and tenants, which means that a lot of people are coming and going. And if something happened, the cameras are going to be the main thing that figure the situation out. So I don't understand, unless, again, this is a soap, right? The thing is that I don't understand why Sharon is not caring about the fact that she could be caught on camera. That's the thing that gets me. She's not wearing any type of clothing that covers up her face or anything. She's just walking in and out of the building, and she don't live there. And everybody in town knows Sharon Newman. She was part of the Newman family. I mean, she runs Crimson Light. So anybody that see her probably would have known that was her. So, yeah, she probably didn't think about it, Jenna. Yeah, and Melissa, that doesn't surprise me. There probably, would be a twist with this whole thing, with more scenes with Val Bloom. Yep. So, the only other thing I want to kind of talk about is Phyllis getting the support from Billy. Because she came in there frazzled. She broke up the conversation between him and Sally. It looked like him and Sally is going to go out on a date. And I'm like, here we go. Whatever. But actually, I got to give it to Michelle Stafford. She really put on the waterworks. I'm like, oh my God, the girl is a pro at it. And she was like, look, Billy, I don't care what our past is. I need a friend right now. And he was, when she told him what happened, that Heather's gone, her son and Lucy is devastated. I'm glad Billy was there. I mean, he could have been like, where's your family? But I'm wondering if this is going to bond them even closer. I know, Belinda, it melted I actually had a tear for her. I'm like, dang, Michelle. Sheesh. She really acted that out. That was really, really good acting on her part. But I did like that scene between her and Billy. Because they do got a lot of crazy history. You know what I mean? And so with her having that history, it was nice for them to say, look, let's put all this aside. I need somebody to talk to. Can that be you? Yeah, I know, Jenna. Me too. I mean, you would think that Michelle Stafford, who, you know, of course, playing Phyllis, was actually going through something. It was just that believable. Yeah, she's a good actress, which is why, of course, a lot of this storyline is leading into her anniversary coming up in the next couple weeks. So, if I had to grade today's episode, I'll give it a solid C. And, yeah, nothing really stuck out. I'm looking forward to seeing the setup next week. And I'm looking for clues to see if this could tie back to, you know, the whole thing with what Sharon is trying to do. It's going to be interesting, y'all. And you know we're going to talk more about it later in the weekly chat tonight. But yeah, I give it about a C. I got to give kudos to Michelle for, you know, the emotion she put in it. And I'm curious, to find out about, you know, what's happening next with Sharon planting evidence. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I see y'all. Y'all got C's and D's in the comment section. I'm wondering if, you know, some of the folks that are writing, they listen and watch our grades. So I'm curious about that. All right. Let's talk bold. So I'm going to get Taylor out the way. Taylor got on my ever-loving nerves today. Taylor is irritating. But, you know, before I get into that, there's 73 people in this chat and only 26 likes. Y'all came in strong at the beginning and now I only got 26 likes with 73 people watching. Let's get the like count up. Jenna said, do we have to? Yeah, girl, tell me about it. Do we have to? Really? Do we have to? I mean, most people who think they had a life-threatening condition go into the doctor, have tests run, and the doctor said, good news. Your labs levels are fine. But what you could have is this. But it's not as life-threatening as what you thought it was. You get mad and tell the specialist, one of the best cardiologists in the country, that she don't know what the French toast she's talking about. And I am I'm about to be out of here. And I'm like, really, Taylor? I don't know anybody who go to the doctor who thought they were about to get bad news is mad when they get good news. It makes no sense to me. You want to be sick? Why do you want to be sick? You enjoying the attention? Are you more like Hope than maybe your own daughter? You know, you need that attention from Ridge. You know, Hope is an attention 304. Are you an attention one too? That you want to be, because you enjoying the attention that Ridge is giving you. And Ridge seemed like he's getting pissed off and irritated with her too. He like, What is wrong with you? And she thinks she's so worried about, oh, I just can't be out of my mind. Why not? You human. There are therapists who need therapists. Ask Sharon over at the Young and the Restless. She's a therapist who definitely need therapy. Why not you, Miss Taylor Hayes? Why don't you need therapy? You could be going through some things. Now, do I like the story in the way that it's written? No. But as we take it as it is, for Dr. Buckingham, and I'm like, listen, don't start problems. I mean, your son is marrying her daughter. And that's the same thing Ridge is saying. Like, look, we can't be getting mad at folks. I mean, we're about to be in-laws. Our kids are marrying each other. So let's not start problems because you don't like what you hear. You wanted to be ready to go 6 feet under. And she's telling you to go sit 60 minutes with a therapist. That makes no sense. Exactly, Aisha. I believe she has an agenda. She wanted to come back here and have Ridge feel sorry for her. She liked this attention that Ridge, oh my God, I gotta take you to the doctor. I need you here. You need to be here. Blah, 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 blah. And when Dr. Buckingham says, well, yeah, your labs are fine. And, maybe you need to talk to somebody. I know it's embarrassing, but what do you tell your patients when they say, well, look, I'm embarrassed to see a therapist? You probably tell them there's nothing wrong with getting therapy. Well, Taylor, we're telling you, Dr. Buckingham is telling you, if you're having emotional issues because of all the upheaval in your life, which is partly your responsibility because you don't have to continue to chase after Ridge. You're choosing to get involved and have feelings for Ridge when you know this man have a divided heart. So, I mean, you need to go get that taken care of. Taylor told Ridge he can't tell anyone, including Brooke. Yeah, I mean, listen, honey, according to Dr. Buckingham, you ain't about to go nowhere anytime soon. Why you want to lock him in a secret? So you can walk around just, feeling some kind of way, and every time you feeling some kind of way, Ridge can come and save you? You want to use this as manipulation? I mean, it's got to be some reason why she want to hold on to this secret. Yeah, I know, Jenna. I hope they didn't bring her back just to be manipulative. I was so mad with her. I'm like, I don't know nobody who go to the doctor who originally thought that they were getting bad news, good news, and you want the bad news. You don't trust the doctor or the cardiologist. You trust the guy in Europe who was at a clinic that didn't do no tests. Because did y'all notice that Dr. Buckingham said that there was no test conducted? He just went by what Taylor said. Now we have to question, did Taylor even actually go see somebody in Europe? Is she making this up? Can we actually prove that she even talked to somebody? Or is this some type of plan to just come back? And that's why she's so hard pressed. She didn't want to go see Dr. Buckingham. Why is that? Because if you knew for sure what you had was what it was, then you wouldn't have any problem with Dr. Buckingham seeing you and saying, yeah, we found this. But you obviously had a problem with seeing Dr. Buckingham because who's to say that you even went to some clinic? You know what I mean? But see, here's the thing, Myra. It's so many complex things out there that are psychosomatic. And I agree with you. I mean, a lot of people, when it comes to going to get therapy, sometimes there's a stigma with it. You know what I mean? And so there are people who honestly may be embarrassed to go. That's why, a lot of people can do virtual I know our therapists that work with the hospital that I work with, we have televisits. So some people can actually have therapeutic sessions via phone or through virtual, because there's this stigma that comes with, it used to be bad. It used to be worse years ago, but so many people are, doing self-help and getting therapy and things like that, that is tend to, it's a little bit better now. But Taylor, girl, please, she need to take several seats. It's like, girl, you. And second of all, those tests cost money. Tests cost money. She ran that test, and then you gonna doubt the results? Girl, bye. Ain't nobody gonna sit up there and say, "Oh, I'm mad because my results weren't as bad as I thought they were." Girl, please. Most people would be dancing their way out of the hospital. Let's celebrate. Yay, it's not what I thought it was. Jenna said they want to manipulate us all to hate the character. That's possible. That's possible. Definitely Taylor's fault too, but Ridge never pays, and his kids don't see him as a problem. And see, that's the thing. They know Ridge has been doing this for decades. They know Ridge waffles, but y'all keep going to this man. They know Ridge waffle. He's a waffle king, just like Liam is waffle boy. Melissa says, I think Taylor has been lying and faking the whole time. She came back to manipulate Ridge to take him away from Brooke. Yep. Because there's no proof that she even went to see some guy in a clinic. And my thing is, I don't think it's smart to give that type of a diagnosis without taking tests. So why would that doctor at the clinic, if he wasn't sure, then maybe he should have said, I don't want to give you a diagnosis. I'm going to refer you out to a specialist. That's what most primary care doctors do, because it's not their specialty. So I don't know if I can even trust the fact that she even went anywhere. Hey, Bree. Hey, Bree. Hey, Bree. Exactly, Bree. Who seriously gets mad at the specialist and getting good results? Taylor came back to use her illness to get rich. Pathetic. That's what I think. I ain't never seen something so crazy in my life. Anyway, enough of her. We did have other conversations between Liam and Steffy, which they were talking about her mom and Brooke and why she's here and all of that. I don't know what that was about. Look like next week they're going to try to start having Liam come after Hope again about how much he miss her. And then Carter's also in the mix. So it looked like they might be trying to make a triangle out of that. Which, can we leave Liam out of that? Now, I know there's some Lope fans that's going to be happy about that. But please don't have Hope go break Carter's heart again by going back to Liam. You know what I'm saying, you guys? It's crazy. Yeah, but you know Bree gonna have a lot to say, Belinda, later on tonight. Cheryl said this is lousy writing. Yep. But yeah, I'm like, why are we even seeing this? I was hoping we was gonna get a little bit more of Carter and Hope today, coming off of yesterday, but it looked like we're gonna get a lot more of that next week, the week of the 7th through 11th. But we do have another conversation to talk about. Excuse me. When it comes to Brooke and Bill. So I originally thought, and maybe I was mistaken, that the spoilers that we got last weekend was that Brooke was supposed to be trying to talk to Katie about, letting her know that she was not a threat. Well, we only got a conversation between Bill and Brooke. And so he's telling Brooke about how Katie turned him down because of you and I and our past and all of that. And then the conversation switched to her and Ridge. And I'm like, why are we even having this conversation right now? Which means, because here's the thing. He was like, what's going on between you and Ridge? I bet he's over there with Taylor right now as we speak. And of course, they cut the scene over to Ridge and Taylor. And then Brooke was like, I don't need him to marry me, you know, right now. We don't need to be married to define anything. And I'm like, ma'am, just back in, what was that, February? You told Ridge that you wanted to design your own wedding gown. So I guess you just forget about that. Say, yeah, we don't have to get married. Which tells me that Ridge and Brooke probably are going to fall apart. I don't know how. I've seen all kind of rumors about how I seen something about maybe that Taylor might end up with Bill. I don't know. I don't know how all that's going to go, but it's going to be interesting to say the least on whether or not they split all these people up, and it look like they're about to do a shuffle all over again. And what that tells me, back with the whole conversation that we saw in the previews with Carter and then Hope's conversation with Liam, I'm assuming that Thomas is nowhere on the radar anytime soon, because they're putting her on the radar of two other people. No mention of Thomas. So I don't know what's going on with that. I've been seeing and hearing different things, but I don't know what's what until it's confirmed. Jenna, who is really protesting the couple? Which couple? Oh, wait a minute. Here she go. Fans don't want Ridge and Brooke, and that's why they didn't have a wedding. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Bobby said they should have did these storylines around Valentine's Day. Listen, November sweeps is coming up, and it probably starts somewhere around the third week in this month or the last week of October. So I guess we'll see. But, you know, I'm like, okay, you supposed to be talking about why you're not getting back with Katie. What does it matter about Brooke and Ridge's relationship? Why are you worried about Taylor, Bill? Whatever. So, I mean, that's all we pretty much had, in my opinion, on that one. And we'll talk more about the entire week later. I gave it a C minus. You know, because Taylor really got on my nerves. I mean, who gets mad about something like that? You know, that whole scene with Steffy and Liam was a filler. And the whole conversation with Bill and Brooke, it was just like, okay, what? Instead of talking to Brooke, you need to figure out what's going on with Katie. And I thought y'all were having a meeting. That's what y'all supposed to be talking about, not each other's relationships. You know what I mean? So, Sandra, you gave a F plus. Marion gave an F minus, D minus, C, C's and D's. Yeah, it was kind of, That's how I looked at it today. Too bad Rebecca Buddick is getting such a dumb storyline. I agree, Jan. That whole lie, it didn't make sense. I understand. I would have expected Taylor to be like, look, okay, I'm skeptical, but I'm open to seeing that my prognosis is better. She might be shocked by what her blood tests say, but she don't have to be like, no, it can't be that. No, you telling me something wrong with me and my head, you know, something wrong with me mentally. You are a champion of mental health. That would include yourself, Taylor. And if you do have broken heart syndrome, whatever broke your heart, maybe you need to talk to one of your fellow colleagues to get that fixed. but it ain't what you thought it was. I mean, as they say, facts over feeling, your blood test just showed the facts. So even if you didn't hear it from Dr. Buckingham, your blood test is telling on you. The blood inside of your body does not have the levels that shows what you thought it was. So your body is telling on you. It's telling you, ma'am, I know what you're thinking, but we're good here. You just need to get your head on straight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Janet, does anyone think we will get to see Dr. Buckingham again soon? I will hope so. It was nice having her on. Especially, I hope we do get a wedding between Thomas and Paris or whatever the storyline, and we get to see, Dr. Buckingham again. You know what I mean? Yes. Jenna, you don't like this Taylor? I'm not saying I don't like Rebecca Budig in the character. I just don't like the storyline. I don't like the storyline. James Anderson said maybe Bill and Steffi should jump in the sack again. You know how long ago that was? I think that had been like 12, 13 years ago. Yeah, Janet, it was a bit boring. That's why I gave it a C-. They could, Aisha. Maybe it will be around Thanksgiving. We'll see Dr. Buckingham back. You know? Maybe. Bree said Taylor looks pissed at the bottom of the screen and pathetic. Yeah, she pissed because I honestly believe, you know what, Bree? I don't even know. And we'll probably talk about this more later. I'm wondering even if she even saw a doctor in Europe. Was this all part of a plan and that people were just going to believe her? Because she did not want to go to the doctor. She did not want to go to the hospital. And then you get a diagnosis that didn't go that direction. And then you make up a stink and be mad. Talking about, no, you're wrong. It's like, girl, stop. Please. So, anywho, we'll talk more about it later. And I just wanted to jump in. The episodes was kind of blase today. But, we still always got to talk about it. Because even if I was doing recorded, recaps, I still would have talked about it. But I wanted to see what you guys' thoughts are, which is why I have you usually grade the episodes, Yeah, exactly, Belinda. When Taylor saw Ridge and Brooke in Monte Carlo, she decided to make up the story. I know, right? Yeah, Bree, I really, truly, there's no proof that she did that. Because most doctors, when you're talking about heart, brain, liver, kidneys, they run tests. They don't just look at you and say, oh yeah, it's this and you're about to be out of here. They run tests. And even Dr. Buckingham herself said there was no test run after she had talked to that doctor. If she, in my opinion, even if she did talk to the doctor. I don't think she did. Because she was too hard pressed on not seeing anybody. And then when you get the diagnosis, you don't believe it. You'd rather be on your way out versus getting good news. Yeah. We'll talk more about it, Bree, later today. So, all right, you guys, we are going to end it here. And stay tuned for tonight's live, our weekly chat. Also, stay tuned for the spoilers for this upcoming week. And, I like the scene between Billy and Phyllis. Because, despite the history that they're going through, I think this is going to make them a lot more solid. And they're really going to need to lean on each other, especially with Lily and Victor after them right now, as we saw in the October 3rd episode. And then, this girl's skeptical. She pissed off on the other side because her plan might not be working if she's creating a plan. You know what I mean? All right, you guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you're notified every time a video is posted. Till the next one, I am T from Soap Corner Talk, and we will see you guys later. Bye, Soapies.